I think it's been 5 years now. It was the election year, so 2016, I guess. That a comment was made about my daughter, and it was off school property, but it made me go into the principal and just say, hey, this was said, and I'm really concerned, and what do you think we could do about that? How could I help you? How could I partner with you in making sure this isn't said to other kids in the school? And the principal very much was like, this kid has said other things to other children, and I just don't know, we're just not sure what to do, and you know what, if I'm gonna go talk to other principals to see if this is a problem in other schools. And that was the response. It was the end of the school year, summer came, she went into a new class, and so I kind of let it drop a bit, but I've always been really involved in the school that my kids have been in, because I didn't want to live in a Christian bubble, so I knew by volunteering I could get out of that and into the community. What it led me into then, as she was moving into North Albany Middle School, I started hearing things. There was a lot of sexual harassment at that school, and so sending my Black daughter into that school made me really uncomfortable. We also have this weird dynamic in our family because my son is 3 years older than her, and he very much looks like his dad, so he's very much white presenting. And so there's lots of things we didn't have to face because he didn't have the same experience that she's had. So I got involved at NAMS, started doing PTO stuff there because I wanted her to have the very best middle school experience that she could have. That was very much my motivation at the time. But by getting involved in the schools, it has opened my eyes to, while I might have, I really do think there was I don't want to use the word privilege, but maybe that's the only way to say it. I do have some privilege of, I have 2 parents that stayed married. They always had jobs. I never worried about food. So there is a lot of things that my life experience I've not experienced like other people have, and a lot of it has to do with socioeconomic standings. That makes a big play into race. So I think the 80s and 90s kind of fooled us into this like safety of race, like that we have gotten past this and this is good, and colorblindness is good. We don't see color, we see the person. I think we were lying to ourselves, and I'm seeing that come out in the next generation. The kids in our Albany schools that are Black and brown are being persecuted by white students. And I don't say that lightly. Thankfully, my daughter hasn't been the brunt of things, but her friends have. Like being in gym class and having, like, her friend threw the ball at her partner and he didn't catch it, and he was like, why can't you throw that better, you black bee? My friend's son did something that his white friend didn't like, and he's like, I'm gonna smack the black off of you. The N-word, like white kids using the N-word to their Black friends is off the charts, out of control. And that's a whole nother issue, but because they hear it in music, they hear it in culture, they hear it in the books they're being taught in school, which, like, in Oregon, to teach to use a book that uses the N-word when you have 1 or 2 Black kids in a classroom, we've got to change that, because that gives permission to white kids that they can then use that word. Anyway, it's just, it's what's caused me to speak up and to be more vocal and to be more out in the community, just because I don't want the kids coming up I don't want that to perpetuate in our community. It's just, it's awful to see what they're putting up with, and I think one of the biggest things, I sat in on a little discussion with some students who were passing around things that they shouldn't have been, and so got to sit down and just talk about how that makes kids of color feel and stuff. And one of the boys, he's actually Iranian, and kind of brought up, like, being called a terrorist all the time, and how that made him feel. And we asked him, like, well, how does that make you feel? And he's like, they're not going to stop, so I've just had to learn how to deal with it. So we're asking our kids to just say, like, I'm just going to figure out how to deal with this. And so I think the importance of these conversations, and I would love to see tons of people here. Of course, that's like what we were saying, but I just think to keep having the conversations is what is most important, to keep helping people realize, like, there are the things you see on the news, but here's also what's happening in our own communities, and with people that are living in the valley, and what the kids are dealing with, and what's going on in them. And what I think is really cool about this moment, what I've appreciated, is the way I have seen white people step up. And as I have, like, where I'm seeing that people want to get involved in the conversation, like, they're willing to start being a part of the solution. And so I see that being different. And so I'm like, we need that to keep going. I see that as something that God is doing, that He's moving in the hearts of our white community to walk alongside us in this, and to want to know what needs to be changed. I have used my Facebook kind of as a platform for our church to learn things. I in the beginning didn't always do it right, and have kind of found my voice and have learned how to speak in a way that doesn't alienate people, so that they hear. Because I mean, we really there's not a lot of people of color in it. It's probably under 10. I'm sure it's under 10. Out of 300 people, it's under 10. And so just, there's an opportunity there to help people learn and to help people grow. What I'm now seeing, so I've been talking about this for 7 years. I went back to look at my first post of when I started talking about racism. So 7 years I've been talking about this consistently. And over the years, I've had people privately, like, thank me and wanting me to keep, they're like, I'm learning and I'm listening. So would you keep going, keep saying it? And I'm like, okay, God, I see you using it, you're using it, and I'll keep going. And now I'm finally seeing people that will actually engage in conversation. They're actually, they're willing to share what's being said. They're willing, and I will see, what I'm noticing is I've seen people who are saying kind of ignorant statements or uneducated statements, which I guess is what ignorance means, but innocently stepping into saying something that they probably need to learn better about. I'm willing to give everyone the benefit of the doubt that they don't realize what they're saying. And going in and being like, okay, I need to help, especially if they're from our church. Okay, want to help, how can I help them learn a little bit about how they can say that better, or and seeing other people, I don't have to say anything, because people are finally willing to speak up. And so I think enough is enough is being felt by more than just people of color, and specifically Black people in America. And so I hope that we don't lose steam, because it is exhausting work to do. So